My name is Charlie Brown. I'm a speech therapist at Florida Hospital Oceanside and Peninsula Rehab Center. Total, I've been there about 13 and a half years. I worked there 2.5 years as a speech assistant, and then I went back to school, got my master's degree, and I've been back for about 11 years now. I've worked a couple nursing homes part-time. When I first graduated with my master's, I started back part-time until a full-time position came back. What drew me back to Peninsula Rehab Center was just the amazing family environment there. To me, it's the best rehab facility in our area. It's a small rehab unit, great physicians, great nursing staff. The other therapists are truly amazing. And it's just a nice family environment, not only for the patients, but for the employees as well. One of our main goals at any of the Florida hospitals and at Peninsula Rehab Center is we have a mission of hope, health, and healing. And we incorporate a lot of spiritual emphasis on their recovery as well. There's a lot of pastoral services, and we have certain therapists that are part of a group called Healing Hands that they will pray with the patients and help them in any aspect needed. There's been times with patients where a patient might be having a rough day, and instead of focusing 100% on therapy, you do kind of just stop and spend some time with the patient, and sometimes they just need to talk and vent. And sometimes that outweighs the need to do exercises for that half hour of that day. To me, there's quite a difference between a skilled nursing facility and our acute rehab center. When I did the nursing home setting, you don't have that intimacy that you have with the patients, and rarely did I ever get to see a physician when I was working there. Where at Peninsula Rehab Center, I see the doctors every single day. If there's an issue, I can go straight to them. They'll help me with any questions that I have. It's more one-on-one treatment in our facility as well, that we do some groups, it's to a minimum, and we do groups, it's usually a fun activity group, not just to get in the minutes and to get the treatment. It's more specialized at Peninsula Rehab. We are all friends, you know, inside of work, outside of work. It's always been that way since I was there as an assistant. If you have issues, you can go talk to anybody there. Our teamwork at Peninsula Rehab Center is wonderful. The doctors have complete trust in us when it comes to patient plan of care. And then our plan of care is based solely on our own discretion. You know, the doctors follow us. We meet at least once a week for a team conference so that they can follow and we can give them updates. But other than that, the doctors have complete trust in us. Our relationship with the patients is one of the nicest things at Peninsula Rehab Center. We get to be very close with them. I've made numerous friends, you know, with the patients and their families that have been there, and to this day we still communicate. Every fall we have a rehab reunion. This is our 18th annual rehab reunion, and it's wonderful. You see the progress when they're walking in, and their families are there, and they'll come and bring up stories about what happened when they were in the rehab unit and how they are now, and they remember our own personal lives. They ask me, you know, are you married now? They all knew when I was engaged, and then now they come back and say, well, you're married, you have kids, and now this year I'll be able to tell them, you know, yeah, I have my first son, and to be able to share that, it's pretty wonderful. One of the key components of them coming to our facility is that they have to have medical necessity, and we can provide that compared to a nursing home. They don't have the high standards of medical necessity that we have, and we can follow up with any patients that have more complications. Coming to us first, I think you get a greater intensity. So patients that are a little bit more complex, they get a more intensive rehab care, more direct rehab care, plus they have the medical attention from the doctor, so if anything slightly goes wrong, they can adjust either medications or treatment. So I think coming to us, it helps kickstart a little bit faster because of the intensity that they get with us. I love to see the progress, and that's one of the nicest things about Peninsula Rehab is you see them from the acute phase to hopefully when they leave us and they can go home. And most recently we had a patient that had a very severe hemorrhage to her brain. And when she came in, she couldn't talk, she could barely eat. And a couple weeks ago, she went home walking, eating, talking with just minimal deficits, and it's amazing to see progress from such a low level to a high functioning level again. What makes PRC unique, and I keep reiterating this, but it's just the close-knit group that we are. You know, I think the therapists care about the patients, we care about each other. It's a strong support system there, and we wouldn't be there if we didn't care about the patients.